National Museum of American Jewish History opened in Philadelphia.
I am here. I am Jewish. That is why I am here. I am American.
Who better to host than Jerry Seinfeld?
What's the best thing about being Jewish for you?
Well, there's no question that a lot of the whatever gifts that I have came through this strain of DNA. I mean, it can't just be a coincidence that I know how to do this. I didn't learn all this, you know what I mean, of how to be a comedian and how to think funny or talk funny. Some of that was put in me from other Jews. So, you know, I'm grateful for that.
In fact, Seinfeld is just one of the prominent Jewish Americans whose work is celebrated at the museum. There's a pipe that belonged to Nobel Prize-winning physicist Albert Einstein, a glove used by record-breaking baseball pitcher Sandy Koufax, a piano played by composer Irving Berlin, complete with his lyrics to God Bless America.
Land that I love.
He came here as a child, as an immigrant, served in World War I, and was really an immensely patriotic man. And to him, this was a deep expression of his feelings for his homeland.
And as Jewish Americans get ready for the Passover Seder tomorrow night, the ceremonial dinner that celebrates freedom from slavery, the biblical exodus of Jews from Egypt, curator Josh Perlman points out that preparing for the dinner is no picnic for anyone.
So here's Estee Lauder's planner, and here you have Thursday, April 4th. Go home, order chicken, matzah, etc. Saturday the 6th, Seder.
That's right. Even the late Estee Lauder made time for matzah as well as makeup. The museum has been 10 years in the making.
Were you surprised when you heard that they were doing this museum in Philadelphia as opposed to New York or Washington or someplace else like that?
A little bit, but I just figured somebody in Philadelphia got it together.
Somebody did. The 6-story museum is an outgrowth of a small collection started by a local synagogue.
How big is this building?
Building's 100,000 square feet.
Museum president Michael Rosenzweig says Philadelphia Jewish leaders thought it was important to build the new museum, funded mostly through private donations, adjacent to Independence Mall, birthplace of American liberty.
The story we tell in this museum is fundamentally a story of freedom. It's a story about what one immigrant ethnic group has been able to achieve. Why? Because we've enjoyed these incredible freedoms in this great nation.
This Torah, used in Jewish services, dates from colonial times when Jews first came to the New World. But the big wave was much later.
This gallery is all about those millions of immigrants who came to the United States around the turn of the century.
Just getting in was a hurdle for Jews and other immigrants of the time. People had to prove they were smart enough by solving puzzles like this. Make too many mistakes and you could be turned away.
Great job.
And though Jewish entrepreneurs like Levi Strauss, who invented blue jeans, could flourish, there was discrimination and anti-Semitism too. Early movie stars felt they had to change their names to sound American.
And, you know, that was part of the reality of the industry at that time.
John Garfield started out as Jacob Garfinkel. Sophie Tucker was Sonia Kalish. Edward G. Robinson, Emmanuel Goldenberg. Still, for ambitious Jewish businessmen, like the moguls who started Hollywood's biggest movie studios, entertainment was a place to excel.
It was very hard for a Jew maybe to become a lawyer or a doctor in the 1920s because of entrenched social anti-Semitism, and therefore Hollywood, this kind of upstart industry, provided a great opportunity.
There was also the opportunity to be funny.
Yes?
We've come to make up your room.
Are those my hard-boiled eggs? I can't tell until they get in the room. Come on in, girls, and leave all hope behind.
Comedians like the Marx Brothers, Milton Berle, and George Burns flourished here.
Jerry, it's our sense of humor that sustained us as a people for 3,000 years.
5,000.
5,000, even better.
It wasn't until this country that Jewish people really had a place where they could thrive in safety and really do their thing, whatever that is.
The museum focuses not only on the high achievers among American Jews, but also on everyday people, relishing the joys of life in a free nation. In fact, the kinds of experiences that all Americans can relate to.
Is there anything that you found that you don't like about being Jewish?
I mean, the relatives are a little annoying.